So that should make up for all the lates. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. We had the legend with us, and something happened to the hand he was put away with. I don't want to know that story, but there you go.
I don't need to know about hands and being no.
So I didn't really have a topic. There's some topics out there for reselling, but idea today was just to have a lot more of just a reselling conversation, more like what we normally have. So that means the chat has a job. Y'all need to come up with some questions, and I've got a few ideas, um, just to get us started. And I'll play instigator.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord, somebody has taken over Lag's keyboard because he has said "Good morning, fine people of the internet." Good morning, Lag's mom. Yeah, Lag? Were you? I thought you were dead. You didn't show up Friday night. What the hell? Somebody even asked, "Where the hell's Lag?" I'm like,
I mean, it's clear that our assumptions about lag are true because almost 99% of the time, the if you're doing a show or something, he's there. So he must live in a basement somewhere. He never leaves.
"Yeah, Beth, that's a good place to start." So if you're of the praying variety, uh, 30 Santa, Barry is one of the kinder, gentler, nicer people I've met.
He's back in the
I hope,
hospital.
yeah, he went back
Son
in.
of a bitch.
One of his lungs filled with flu, and he went to break.
Yeah.
God sucks.
Um,
Not
so if you remember Barry in your prayers, he's got some health problems, and he doesn't want to. He's a private person, and he's been in the hospital
Yeah.
on and off a little bit, and we knew about it, but we didn't want to say anything because he requested that we not say anything. Uh, Um, so
I'm gonna message him right now.
So Barry is actually the reason why in the wonderful eBay Open when the casino was spinning and they were wheeling me to my room and they gave me the Johnny at 3 o'clock in the morning and all those fun stories. There are no video, no pictures because somebody said that was going to be a great video or whatever, and Barry stood up and threatened them. So that was yeah.
Barry's a phenomenal dude.
You see him every time you go to North Carolina, right?
Absolutely. Won't leave
Yeah.
without it.
He's
One
one of
time I didn't. He had COVID once and I couldn't. But
he's one of Johnny's favorite people. Johnny loves Barry.
my
Beth said he's
wife
having
does too.
surgery this morning, probably the drain along.
He was afraid of it. I won't get into details because he said to be private about it. But yeah,
So
when I was down there, he was having some issues.
so James Radke, that is an easy question. So over the past couple years, it has become blatantly obvious that most of the ungating with Amazon, they will not take a store receipt, but they will take a website receipt as an invoice. And so you just need to find Nintendo somewhere, someone who sells Nintendo games or the Nintendo platform to get you the cheapest thing you can buy Nintendo from a website, a reputable website, and submit that invoice. It might have to go once or twice, like DVDs, christianbooks.com is will get you DVDs. You buy about $30 worth of DVDs, $30, $40, $50, and even if you sell them and get 70% of your money back, that's pretty cheap because folks media is pretty lucrative. I sold uh, Miss Marvel the other day for what $119, something crazy. Uh, yeah, Jeremy, doing it wrong. So I made a video last night talking. I read the email from. Uh, try to be a little more informative and have some content every day. But the pirate ship email basically said what I read on that is it was the post office directly telling the internet, we don't want you to use priority. We would prefer that you use ground advantage. And to do that, we're going to give you a discount. That's what I got out of it. Man, ground advantage is a great service. I've had no issues with ground advantage. Like I said in the video, I think that is the biggest win that we've had from shipping services in quite some time.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
it's going down an average of 23% on some phones. The thing that kind
Except priority close went down.
no priority close went up. Priority
did it?
zones 1 to 4 are up about 10%.
It's
So
still it's still cheaper than Ground Advantage sometimes.
sometimes it is. It is. Yeah, but UPS is also just sucked their neck into this, and that for if you're 1 to 2 pounds, they are up to 3 or 4. They are extremely competitive with Ground Advantage as well. So make sure you're looking at all your options. People ask, but it says priority on my business policy. I've been doing this full time since 2013. I've not had one person come back and say, the listing said priority and you shipped it, whatever. If you ship quickly and they get their stuff in a timely manner and you don't ship in a cereal box wrapped up in ceiling tiles, but man, people are you're already above the standard, and so most people are very, very thankful. Pineapple on pizza, absolutely. What's wrong with you, Lag? What's my Wi-Fi password?
I could say it, but it would get us kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the password to Lag's mom was good last night.
We may have just crossed a line.
I'm gonna change it to Lag's mom said, "Spank me, baby."
Oh, we definitely crossed the line.
So there you go. RG, what's up, man? Good morning. So Bob T, Walmart keeps asking me to sign up for the $50 for 1 year question on a home
That
delivery.
was for me. I answered him.
Oh, what is it?
He wants to what's Walmart Plus question.
So we have Walmart Plus, and we like Walmart Plus. So Joni is a big public snob, and me convincing her that the price is going up, it's hard to afford to. So if groceries have all gone up 40, 50, 80, 100%, we're all fighting this inflation. You've all fighting shrink inflation, all the ways that prices have gone up. Publix has the nicest employees. They are so nice, clean stores. But when you compare the prices to Walmart, but she would say, I hate going to Walmart. I don't want to go to Walmart. Well, the option was, hey, how about let them put it in your card when you drive by, or order it to the house. And so that it has saved us a lot of money. So the canteen saga, did it get resolved, Ty?
This is the story of 2 canteens. This one will sell and ship international shipping to Hungary. This World War II one will not. So I got on the phone yesterday with eBay for 30 minutes.
That was
A
awesome.
half hour of my short old man life. And the answer I got was eBay does not, you cannot sell U.S. military items and use international shipping. But that one sold internationally with international shipping.
So can you use your own shipping and still sell it? Is that the only difference?
Yeah, I could use my own shipping, but I don't do that.
So if you sign up for if you're using pirate ship, all you have to do is request the international rate, and
Yeah, I know.
you can make it. It's easy, man. Most of they import the stuff in from eBay, so most of the stuff you got to fill out. Maybe you have to put the weight and what the item is on the little form, and what the value of it is. Other than that, and it just prints out. I mean, people make it seem like, oh my God, you got to use eBay's international shipping because international shipping is so hard. Man, horseshit.
So I just talked to Barry. He says Yeah, he's in the hospital, but he said he can't keep a good Santa down. So there you go. That's his attitude about things, and he'll get all right. He'll be all right.
Very nice. Yeah, drummer. The UPS competition drive. Yeah. It's do I drink soup? I don't eat soup. So I remember Ron as well. So Ron has been struggling with kidney stones, and if you don't know Ron's history, Ron's had transplanted kidney. So it's just not a normal thing to, hey, you got kidney stones. Let's throw medicine at it. Let's just laser blast and all that stuff. No, they have to go in and get it. So Ron, I'm glad they finally got you scheduled, man. Get you straightened out. Be nice, no mom jokes. What? Who would win, Superman or Goku? It'd have to be Superman because I don't know anything much. I know who Goku is.
I have no idea who that other character is.
I know who he is, but I don't know. I don't know about his powers.
It's Baby Yoda.
Oh, Superman.
No, Goku is it's not Baby Yoda.
What's that thing?
He's the one that Rally. He's the one that Rally Roots always dresses up as.
Hey Siri, who is Goku?
He's from Dragon
Here's
Ball.
some information.
Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you've sold him because he's been in Walgreens. You've sold him. So Lisa, not familiar with Pirate Ship, does it work with Ground Advantage? Lisa, it's the easiest thing. So Pirate Ship, all you do is go over, and I'm not affiliated with them. I have no skin in the game. I've just used them since 2016. You go over, sign up for a free account. You connect your eBay account. It's very easy. Just tell them to connect it, and then you have to do a couple clicks, and then put. I have a cashback card on there, so that I get cash back, and then and tell it to import, and it's going to pull all your shipping over, and so then you just put in the weight and dimensions, and when it comes to the shipping screen, you pick the one you want, whether it's priority. I don't like. So I have one negative thing to say is they have taken the I think they must be getting paid some money by UPS because they default to UPS, and you have to click on the little thing that says use USPS for so and so cheaper. Just look at the arrow down, look at all your options because eBay does the same thing. eBay shows you priority over anything. You know, I've got a 3-ounce item and they want me to send it priority. I'm like, yeah, you're out your damn minds. So just be careful there. But it's the nice thing about Pirate Ship is you can use it for your personal. Okay, so back in the day, we might have to get stuff back and forth to people. We might have set up eBay auctions for like $1 to use eBay shipping rates. You don't have to do that anymore. You know, if you're doing personal shipping, you can get these commercial rates, which is really nice. So Jeremy, brand name groceries are up, generics are super down in price. Yeah, and we use a lot of the Equate and the whatever Walmart's other brands are. Find that they're as decent in quality.
They're made by the same factories a lot of the time.
Do penguins have knees? I've never asked one.
Hey,
the way they waddle, they don't ever bend their legs.
Penguins have knees.
No.
Well, in short, yes, penguins do have knees.
Oh my
This
God!
answer is from Rotherham ACUK.
So
whoever's asking those questions, Siri.
Oh, it's lag. So J Rod had that. Good morning, J Rod. J Rod had to say, Brenda,
Not
good morning.
exactly, but I offer no resistance to helpful assistance.
So FOAB super chat. Maybe I haven't got there yet. It says thanks for the NARF advice. Turned it on and it's selling great. Yeah. So if you don't know what NARF is, it gives you the ability to have FBA inventory, and for a fee of about $6, Amazon will send it to someone in Canada or Mexico. And so if you look at those markets, you know, Canada's not a huge market. Mexico is not a huge market, but remember it goes FBA, so there's not a ton of risk, and they handle all the logistics and get it to the customer and everything. So yeah, I've had it turned on for a couple of years, and you know, I don't even pay attention. I just get it'll be a small deposit. It's usually $300 to $400 a month of extra sales, but that adds up over a year. I think something your name is Aaron. Thank you. Tracker, but I'm way behind. Sorry, guy. Hey, Pedal Profits. Good morning. Hey, Julie. Good morning. So they're saying Goku would win hands down.
I don't know what powers he had. Does he have powers?
I don't know. Somebody tell us what powers does he have? And it's Narf is a very simple. If you just go in the search engine of your Seller Central, it'll come right up, and signing up for it's fairly simple. It's basically just like anything else, a couple of clicks and then you're selling.
That's the one where your selling fees are separated by,
right. So you're $40. You're $40. It'll look like you go, man. Look, I'm being charged $9 to sell in Canada, but they prorate out the $40 you pay for professional over however many. So if you do all three of them,
and if you decide to change that, it's a little bit more difficult to get out of the program than it is to get.
They've changed that now, so all you have to do is a toggle on and off.
Is it? No.
Yeah, it's just a toggle on and off now.
Because when I did it was very hard to get out, and I had to get rid of all the inventory that was in there, and
they changed that, so you're good.
I had to put Mexico and Canada on vacation. It's still on vacation, and then it finally didn't charge me for those anymore.
So Phil has a hot tub video. I saw I didn't realize you made a hummingbird video with my name in the title there, Phil. I watched your hummingbirds. You need to work on the music. It sounds like it's a weird thing to watch hummingbirds and hear porn music behind it. You're like, that's strange. Are we about to see hummingbirds going at it at the feeder? Who knows? It's just, yeah. And so one of the things I had is, I've struggled since this weekend. So I would tell you up until this weekend, there must have been an eBay app update that eBay image search was incredible. It worked wonderful in the app and everything was amazing. Right now, if I would put eBay image search on fire on the floor, I wouldn't even pee on it. I just let it burn to the ground. It is so bad right now. And I don't know if it's tied into Google image search, but Google image is also very awful. It's better than the eBay one, but I don't know. Is that everybody else's experience? Man,
I'm doing a Google image search right now.
I'm not the Google, but the eBay one's way worse, man. eBay image search, it'll find hardly nothing. And it's been very frustrating because I started using that a lot. And then now all of a sudden it sucks.
I didn't use it much because at least when it first came out, you couldn't go see what the solds were.
You can see some of that now. So,
image, okay.
Phil said it was a show.
Yeah, it came up with my Zippo can fairly easily.
Is that an Android or an iPhone?
It's iPhone. But when you go to completed, why is my pictures aren't loading? When you go to completed on that search, nothing is right.
Nothing is that. That's exactly what I've been finding is they added the completed function, and that's awesome. So you'll see sometimes it'll find the item, like 2 or 3 of them, and you hit completed, and there are none of them, and then you go and type the item in, and it finds way more of them and everything. I'm like, yeah.
Zippo lighter fluid. When I go to completed, it gives me some muscle building stuff, some shampoo, 3 boxes of Breathe Right strips. Yeah, but no Zippo. But on if I don't do completed, it gives me Zippo lighter fluid. It's weird.
So reseller, Beth is saying there's a couple of Democrats that are facing runoff in Houston. You'll be in the voting booth. I hope you're voting against them. Brenda, thank you. The shoops and yeah, you've been a long time contributor and supporter, and I do appreciate it. And you are a sister in Christ.
Wait.
We've
So
had,
people think that she's paid? I'm not even paid.
we've had we've had that conversation offline too, and
People really think that? That's crazy.
I don't know. I barely get paid for this show. You mean to look up what last week was? One of these got moderated again. So half the time, yeah, y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'll tell you what the last one earned.
I think Brenda's given money to you, but I don't think it's ever gone the other way around, unless you bought something from her. People just like to make up conspiracy theories. That's all it is.
Yeah. I have one brother. He's on YouTube a little bit, but not much. All right, so
I think he should have continued with his like traveling stuff. That would have been an amazing YouTube.
They are not started traveling yet. They are. He has got a couple.
They go all over the place, don't they? It seems like they do.
Yeah, they're.
I mean, I follow them on Facebook.
Just in the South right now. They're going to spend a year or two out west.
That would make a good YouTube channel. Those channels do well.
All right, so what was the last show? That one had $7. Yeah, I don't do, folks. I don't do the live show. For live show is way more for interaction with you guys, and I learn a lot just as much as you guys. Just when you answer questions and try to answer questions, it forces you to understand. And there are people who can tell you answers to things that you wouldn't have thought of. So it's plus I get to hang out with these guys. So
Yeah.
every now and then we get to hang out with John. So that's cool too.
My yearly revenue on YouTube is $150.
Mine is 0 this year because I didn't upload anything.
Yeah. Last month, man, it was huge last month. It was like $103 for YouTube.
Winning.
Yeah. Brenda has bought stuff from the auction. Brenda has lots of people she knows, and they buy lots of things. So we ran through some old stuff for a while, and she was buying it with specific. She would buy it and already have it sold before.
Yeah.
She'd be on the phone.
I'm actually considering having another one. In the wintertime when things get slow for me, I might liquidate some inventory here. So
okay, so I want
that I personally own for myself since I'm in the state of Ohio and don't have an auction license. It's personal property. There you go.
Julie says her husband is trying to do a travel channel, but then he posts tortoises bumping shells and it gets more views than anything else. That's
yeah.
So the one thing I'm gonna test some VCRs on the other side. I've got 2 dual players that got to be tested today, and I'm gonna videotape testing them because most people are scared to do that kind of stuff. And I'm on videotape shipping the 2 that I sold. But the fees, man, I challenge you this fourth quarter and beyond to become an expert in your fees and understand that, the big selling point, everybody will tell you the difference between eBay and Amazon is the customer base. You can sell a lot. That's what everybody says. Oh man, you sell a lot more stuff on Amazon, all different products. I sell tons of used electronics over there, folks. I just do. And usually 25 to 50% more in price is what I get over there. And the first thing somebody will go is, you need that because the fees are so much more. And they're comparing FBA fees to eBay fees. And back in the day, that was fine. There was significant more, but I do FBM. And so I don't have the higher fees. So I can start comparing fees apples to apples because I'm going to ship both products on either platform. And so those VCRs will be in the electronics category. If you sell electronics on Amazon, the fee is 8%. 8. If you sell electronics on eBay, it is 13 and a quarter. And so, that adds up over time, and you need to be aware of that. The same thing with video game consoles. If you sell a video game console on eBay, it's 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half. It is 8% on Amazon. And so what's the big deal, Beard? Why, that to me, that's a big deal. That's what, about 40% savings. But the bigger deal is, what's the other thing you have to do on eBay? Somebody put it in the chat. I'll give you 20 seconds.
I won't answer, but I know what you're getting at.
The average, go look at what it costs you for a video game to promote a video game. Try to sell a video game console without promoting it, because there are thousands of video games out there. Go look up a PS3 and see how many hundreds of thousands there are of these things for sale.
Yes, I have a PS3 that's been listed forever, even promoted, and it's just.
And so now you're paying 40% more for fees, and then eBay is saying, well, you got to pay us to play. Amazon is completely different. Amazon has a huge pay for play, but unless you're doing things like John did, where you're trying to build products up or you're trying to sell private label, if you find listings, pricing a repricer is generally good enough. I have not used promote. I've used it in the past, but I have not used any of their.
I don't think for people like us who just sell basically one-off items on Amazon. Now, your granny panties, if you had a lot of those and you're selling them over there, that's different.
So the dual players, that I will list on Amazon if they have a listing, and as long as it's complete. If it's not, so if it doesn't have a remote, it goes on eBay, because I don't want to deal with that Amazon customer. They don't do. You're asking for trouble. As long as it's got a remote, I'll put the video cables in it, whether it's an HDMI or RCA. And so when they take it out of the box, all they have to do is plug it in, and it works. They've got everything they need, except for batteries and a remote. I generally don't put batteries in a remote, because I've had a couple batteries go bad, because I didn't sell this thing for 3 months, and then the batteries. So that's the only thing I don't do. They got to be smart enough to be using their own batteries. So if I got a VCR and it sells for $50, but you can get 75 on Amazon, just think about the difference now. 8% of 75 is what you're paying. But to sell that VCR, most people would promote it. Even if you're promoted at 8%, you're 13 and a quarter. Then they're going to take another 8%. And so that becomes significant in certain categories. And, how do you, if you're going to do this, it's advantageous to you to understand the cost of selling on certain. So you're telling me that I'm going to put it on eBay. It's going to sell faster on Amazon, and it's going to cost me less and less work. Because remember, on Amazon, you don't have to put a picture on it. Most of the time, I just describe it, and I put the serial number in the so that I have a record of what it is in the listing. I put the serial number. So Mark says sometimes eBay sells the same items faster than Amazon for the same price. All right,
sell it on eBay.
Sell it on eBay, but understand that it costs you more money. You make less money, Mark, by selling that in certain categories. A lot of the other
depends on I would think it would depend on how fast you need that money. If you need it faster, then yeah, go ahead. And
some of the other categories, Amazon 15% up to. Don't sell Amazon products like fire products or any kind of things that, like a fire case or whatever. I think Amazon branded like that. I think they're about 40% fees or something stupid. Have you ever looked at that?
No.
So sometimes, so media is a great example. You can sell media faster on Amazon. I sell a lot of DVDs. I've got a couple to send out today, but they fee you to death. You make way more money on eBay for significant price, and so it goes the other way. Even with promoting it, you can make more money.
And of course, it's a case by case basis on that stuff too. So
but the thing
I
is,
check both platforms to see which one's better.
Once you learn it, it gets you start remembering. which ones are do. Media is an easy one, electronics are an easy one, console, but video games themselves, 15% on Amazon, 13 or whatever on eBay, and so it's a little less unless you promote. And that's the thing I want you to understand is you're promoted is. I've been using dynamic and I cut back on dynamic and I've not seen a big change. I've cut back to like 6 or 7 as a cap. You know, you might need to. There was one I listed last night. The suggested was 16.5%.
I've seen
eBay-
that. I've seen the suggested up to 20 on some
Even
things.
if you're listening, man, who do you think you are? Screw you.
Well, if you're silly enough to set it up where you don't put a cap on it, that's what they're banking on. I don't know. Or there are people out there doing 16.5% somewhere, which is a little silly.
I do up to 20% on my willows sometimes. On my cutting.
But you're very
what's-
specific
I'm
category.
Right, I'm an entirely different special case category. Yeah.
So so all the things. If I'm gonna list this remote here, I found it at a yard sale somewhere. I paid a person for it. How much do those willows cost you?
Let's see, going outside and cutting them off the tree.
So understand, take advantage of your situation. That's another great thing about knowing your numbers and understanding fees and that kind of stuff. Is he sells an item that he has no cost in. Remember, he told you maybe it was when we were talking about it Friday night. We were talking about how fast they grow.
Yeah, well, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, on a Friday night. Yep.
So
They grow up to. They can the branches that I cut off of, they can grow an inch a day in length, and they can grow up to 10 to 15 feet in the first year, depending on, if you plant them in early February or early March, depending where you live, where climate, how much water you give them.
Yeah. So when you're dealing with free, and then it makes it a little easier to absorb the cost. And I'm not talking to Jacob because Jacob, he is very detail oriented about the cost. He can tell you down to the penny what he makes, and because he is one he does a nice job of experimenting with eBay and Amazon and the different platforms to figure out how to take advantage of their systems and what works. But was there any difference in promote if all the way up to 20%? Did you see a significant increase in sales?
Yeah, once it hit 15%, it was a significant increase, but I couldn't keep it there. I had to turn it back off for a bit because otherwise all the competition was starting to match me.
All right, so that's another thing. See how when I tell you how detail oriented he is because you've only got a few competitors, and they're on eBay. You fight with them on eBay and Amazon. They steal your pictures. There are a couple scumbags.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard all these stories about the continuing saga that is the Willows, and so he is. He'll try something to get a temporary advantage, and then turn it off and put it back in his mental notes that worked. And I can, and the other thing too is you also know about your stock and you keep track very well of how stuff is growing. So you also turn some things off too because if somebody makes a big order, you can't feel it.
Right, and also year over year, I watch to see the total number of sales, and I can pretty easily do a report under the the Terapeak thing on eBay. I can see the total amount sold over the past 365 days, and a little bit longer, 13 months, I think it is now, that you can see. So I keep track of that also to my advantage, and will hold back instead of promoting like in the summer when everybody is selling them. I will hold back and sell them in the spring when nobody has any stock left because they don't really grow very much through the winter, so nothing's growing. And so, but they're sitting on the tree ready to harvest until, whenever I want to cut them.
So know your product, know what you sell, investigate which, so I'm sure Poshmark and some of these other platforms have the same advantages. And so understand your fees, understand your selling costs. these people that go, you see a lot of new people, and they're so worried about certain parts of the business, and they sell the prices they sell at. You go, even if I give it to you for free, you sell that at a loss, and it's you see that a lot, and I understand that you have to make some of these mistakes in order to learn, but
hmm
the fee structure is
And Lag was asking what I had for breakfast. I went outside and got eggs from the chickens and had them for breakfast,
nice.
along with toast. So that was my breakfast.
Um, so said that price chart has helped him so much, him or her so much with expansive video game. It is, and I've got to get an email back. We'll talk about the new R repricer here in the next. I don't know if it'll be this week or next. I'm the world's worst about answering Dylan's emails. They have rolled out their new latest and greatest with AI features and that kind of
Yep.
stuff. And so I'll get you guys some information on that.
And what if we do that on Friday night?
I don't know if he's available. I need to find out.
Hold on.
He's probably answered the email. I usually take 2 days to respond, and I've already missed what the day he suggests.
Damn. Slumlord Willow Whisper.
hmm
Do we have chickens down here? Yes, Brenda. We have chickens in Alabama. There's one of the ladies in the neighborhood. Johnny goes out to lunch. I don't know, every other week or so. She's got chickens in our neighborhood. She brings us eggs once a month or so. Johnny will get eggs from her.
Are they all different colors, shades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mark, great question. And I do this a lot. And I have a Sony home theater system that people have listed for over 400 on Amazon, but it sells for 120 on eBay. Is it going to sell that much? That's the thing that with experience you have to understand. I generally cut the price, because it depends on what your cost is in an item. Remember, I'm sourcing those things from yard sales, estate sales, those kind of things. So generally, I'm not paying more than 30 or 40 bucks for any of that kind of stuff, especially if it's 120 on eBay. That is my rock bottom price from when I figure out what my fees are. So I will look at it and go, what, for a bigger item, what am I going to make on this item if I have to sell it on eBay at 120? And then I will list it for 250 on Amazon against the 400 and sell it and move on and be happy with the 250, and it will sell. People get crazy, and that's the thing you got to learn about. But your pricing, especially if you're going to sell on both platforms, is the closer people get to running out, they think they get a surcharge of 5, 6, 100 times what the thing is worth. And I see that all the time. There'll be one left. It'll be $1 million.
Right.
And the idea is to sell stuff. And to me, that's where Keepa is a nice. Keepa can look and you can see the Keepa chart where the last one, the highest one is. And generally, I will do a judgment based on what the eBay price is, what the highest Amazon price ever was, and depending on how fast I want to sell it, I will make a determination of the price somewhere in there. A lot of times I match the Amazon price. Sometimes I go higher depending on what the item is. If it's an item that I know will sell, and I'm the only new one, because you can see the chart and see the ups and downs and stuff that it comes in. But if it's something that's not been sold for 3 or 4 years, might not have a lot of demand. There's only a couple of them on eBay. Haven't sold in 90 days, but the price is so good I can't resist it. I'll be more aggressive with the price. So it just takes some experience. Just takes some playing around with to really. Larry, you're 100% correct. At some point, pay to play will price you out of the market unless you're. eBay has squeezed their sellers. So the answer, we've got these hedge fund managers come. Don't think it's an accident that as these hedge fund managers have moved in and taken over the running of eBay, that their answer to finding more money for their bottom line and to make their stock price look good is to get money anywhere they can, and that's been to squeeze the seller.
Yep.
It's not been to go out and fix the marketing and fix a lot of things. It's been, what, they're a captive audience. What are they going to do? Here's what we're going to do to them, and that's exactly what they've done. When they first rolled out promoted listings, I told y'all you had to use it because it was thing coming out. But go back and look at all the videos. I told you then it's a money grab, and that's what it is, a money grab.
Yep.
Good morning, Dawn or Mary.
Yeah, that and taking fees off of taxes that they charge our customers.
Why would they charge? I don't understand eBay why they do that. We can't control. That's not one that everybody pays the taxes. So why do they think they get fees on taxes?
That's kind of been a stick in my craw ever since that started.
Because that's not like shipping where it can be manipulated or to kind of get around fees. That is
Well, they're charging you the cost of collecting the tax because of the processing fees. They're charging that back to the seller. The other way I always looked at it is either they're going to raise the fees on the part of what they're taking from you, or they're going to charge it on everything. Because at some point they have a cost of collecting that or payment processing fee on that. Either way, so that's kind of the way I look.
There was some debate on whether that's actually legal or not for them to collect a fee on collecting taxes, but it hasn't gone anywhere as far as I know.
So the chat is obsessed with how they're going to ship chickens. Soundproof boxes, mini oxygen.
I can also ship honeybees by mail too.
Well, if you've ever been to the post office when the chickens come in, because I live in a sort of rural area, they're just in a regular box with holes in it, basically.
Yep.
I mean, they're special boxes, but there's
they're
nothing
just in
special
cardboard
about
boxes with holes around here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Harlan lives in the county, so he is allowed to have chickens. He can have chickens if he wants. I think he answered that up there.
It's fun. It's fun to go into the post office when the chickens are in there, or the chicks are in there, and they make tons of noise.
Oh yeah.
So why would they ship chickens? Is that because they're different breeds or different? Because you can go to any co-op, you can go to any Tractor Supply, and they're in the spring, and all you hear is they're at the front door.
It's about the health. It's a health thing. They don't want them to be mixed in with everybody else's chickens.
No, I mean, but why would you buy the ones through the mail when you can run down the street and pick up local ones?
Because they haven't been touching anybody else's chickens, and the chance of disease is much less. And also specialty breeds too. Specialty breeds would be another reason.
You used to be able to ship a child through the U.S. Postal Service for real.
So Sky's the Limit says, why can't I sell shoes on eBay? I don't know. Why can't you sell shoes on eBay?
I can't sell shoes on eBay either, but it has nothing to do with eBay. It's more that I have no clue about selling shoes.
So shoes are very competitive. They're like clothing. So there are a lot of them out there. And so a lot of it is condition and price. Take great pictures. I mean, show the customer the condition of the picture of the shoes. I picked up some yesterday. I don't know, Tracy, are you listening? T-Flips. When they were putting them out, and you could see them in the bottom of a basket. They were like bright pink. I forget. There's some kind of Nikes. When I have to get up for the blood pressure medicine here in a minute, I'll grab them out of the van. Wait a minute. I don't even have keys out here this morning. Damn it. Maybe I won't. Somebody remind me when I run out of here too. I get keys.
Get keys
in the house before I run back out here. Yeah, shoes are very lucrative. I bought some handmade boots yesterday for $8. Those other shoes were $6. So the interesting thing too is kids' shoes are also don't discount kids' shoes. So at the thrift store yesterday, the boots were 10. I do get the old man discount, so that made them $7.50. It's 25% off on Tuesdays. But the kids' shoes were only $3, And so it makes it nice that you take the 25% off. You're paying like $2 and a quarter. And so if the kids' shoes fall into they'll be in a lot of them. I bought some little baby Converse. I think they were size like 11s, but they look like that. Kids don't wear out shoes for the most part, and so they look like they've never been worn. I bought another pair of something else, the kids' shoes, and take the same pictures. They ship first class, so your shipping is less. And so don't discount the little kids shoes. People love to put their kids in the little baby Nikes and little baby whatevers. But great pictures. That's the key. Is great pictures sell shoes. You got 24 pictures. Take a bunch of them. I take them from kind of a pose picture from the front, from the top, from each of the four sides, from the back. I take 2 or 3 of the bottom. I take a picture, I pull it back, take the label, take the insole. What's that, 12 or 13 pictures now? I just take pictures of shoes until I can quit taking them because I want the customer to see if there's a flaw. I take a picture of that too. So it goes both ways. Everything that's wonderful gets a great picture. Everything, if there's a flaw, it gets a great picture because I don't want to hear somebody say, I couldn't see this, I couldn't see that. But especially for shoes and that kind of stuff, pictures sell it.
And you got to have something that somebody wants. Sky's the limit's talking about selling cleats and Nike and Adidas cleats. Well, depending on which Nike and Adidas cleats, I've never had much luck with them because
I can't sell
so
cleats.
many out there on the market.
For nothing.
I can never sell cleats. No. I've sold them. Don't get me wrong. I had some size 15s and actually had a size up to size 20 something, and those sold because they're so hard to find for those people. But regular everyday cleats, not so much.
Yeah, so Vintage Memory says, wonder how much cross listing has increased. I would say dramatically. And so as the eBay apocalypse happened and eBay starts to turn around now, this is the thing that is just absolutely mind-boggling and frustrating is when eBay went to hell, a lot of stuff was still selling on eBay. And as they were changing somebody making chicken sounds? Todd, are you playing with chickens up there, Todd?
Mm-mm.
You must be getting a mark off or something or cleaning something.
Nope.
So just think about it. The thing that's mind-boggling and frustrating is everybody goes, "Oh my God, it's eBay. eBay is screwed up. Oh my God, it's eBay." And nobody decided to look at their own listings and go, maybe it's my price, maybe it's the item specifics, maybe my pictures suck. Those flame emojis are just not working anymore for you in the title. So nothing, your bad listings, and it's now the frustrating thing is the answer to everything is end and sell similar. Oh my God, it's going to sell. I've had old stuff selling because we're ending and sales. Okay, so let me be the bearer of bad news. There's 125 people listening. I appreciate you guys being in here. If you end shit and sell similar shit, you're going to get shit results.
Can't disagree with that.
If you end a turd and don't polish the turd and just put the same dull turd back up, don't be shocked when you go, that's your next thing. And that's the next thing coming. A lot of people are trying this in. Man, folks, this has been around a long time for all you old, new folks. We've been in it and selling similar for years. And it does get you, based on your new list stuff, it gets you a bump for a temporary bump. But I'm telling you, if you don't fix your listings and figure out what's wrong with them and why they weren't being seen in search, they're still not going to be seen in search. They're going to drop to the bottom right back where they were, and you're going to have the same problem. That is not the answer. I challenge you. I have 600 items in my store. Actually, I think I'm in the 500s. When I end and sell similar, I pick. It's the first 100. It's the last 100. It's something. I go through them and start looking at them. Figure out. Remember, I don't list all my stuff. Jacob lists a lot of it, and so I try to figure out. I ignore the remotes because he does a wonderful job in the remotes, but everything else. I try to look at a certain number of them whenever I redo just to see how bad is the price. what are the keyword? What does the title look like? So I challenge you to, don't listen to the guy who says, there's one of them. Oh my God.
Is this the
And
chicken coop?
the dude abides. What's up, my man?
What's going on?
I challenge you, the dude who tells you he can list 100 items in an hour. I haven't looked at his other videos, but I bet he's one of these same ones who tells you, "Oh my God, the world's coming to an end." I don't know why I'm listing 100 items in an hour. I don't know why they're not selling. If you list 100 items in an hour, I can guarantee you they're not quality listings. That's going to matter on how do you set yourself apart. You show up in search. How do you show up in search? You make a quality listing. How do you make a quality listing? You fill out all the item specifics. You take great pictures. I'm telling you, if you're not spending 2 to 3 minutes on a listing, you're not doing it right. You're just not. And it's, I mean, how long does it take you to take the pictures? I can take the pictures. It takes me a minute to take the pictures because I'm not just taking one picture and throwing it up there and being done with it. Remember, you get rewarded for the average of 3 to 4 pictures, moves you up in search. You got to hit all these metrics. Close the damn circle on the specifics. Do your best. At least get past half. Every time you put something in, how do you find something out? Beard, I'm not that smart. Well, I got news for you. Neither am I. I have a Monster Power. Let me grab this. Oh shit! A bird just came in here.
That's a good name for a dispensary.
Yeah, there's a bird in here. Damn it!
You get those too?
There's a bird going to shit on my inventory. I left the door open. Damn it! You'll see him fly by. He's over there. He's over where the desk used to be. So this right here, I picked that up at at the church sale on Saturday morning. I listed it Saturday night, Sunday night, one of them. Bought it for $3. I sold it for 60 plus shipping. One of the questions it had on the item specifics was, what was the maximum power of joules it would take? How the hell am I supposed to know? Right up here I have a bookmark on my bookmarks. Bard is one of the bookmarks. I put in Monster Power HTS 3500 MK2 specifications or whatever I put in there. And it kicks back and down the list it says 2,960 joules is the maximum power suppression. I put it in there. I was the only one that had that on any of the listings. I closed the circle on this listing. It sold in 12 hours. I've got another one in the building I never listed, so I'm gonna pick it up today so I can sell it today. But I'll get a video on how to ship this big heavy thing. But you don't have the idea that you have to be some kind of genius. All these YouTubers are such wonderful geniuses. I just know you've got to understand how to find information out. That is a huge quality. You all think about it like how do I find out what it sold for? How many of them are sold? You think about that kind of stuff, but then apply that same zest and zeal to item specifics. Close the damn circle. Use easy tools on the internet. Bard is live on the internet. You put the model number or exactly what you're looking, it can go pull it from websites and tell you exactly what you're looking for. That was easy, folks. But you can't list 100 of them in an hour if you're going to be that specific. I could have listed this in a minute. Maybe it would have sold, maybe it would have not. But I know I went to the top of the search and it sold without promoted listings. Because remember, you can promote. So how about this crazy idea? You don't have to promote as much if you make proper listings because you naturally go up in search. That's a crazy idea nobody really talks about. People ask, do promoted listings really work? And what should I be promoting at? I'm telling you right now, if you want to lower your promoted cost, make a proper listing. I challenge you to do it. Brian Wiley, great thought. Think about the billions of dollars they make by 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that I think about 9% your average promote. if how much, just look at your own business. If somebody said that you can make an extra 9% for doing nothing, just for doing your regular stuff, would you take the 9%, and what would that do for your life? Look what it's done for eBay. All right. Still talking about baby chicks.
Selling chickens now or what?
Jeremy says they have a process for chicken shipping. Lord have mercy. Harlan says fighting roosters are shipped.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit. You figured it out. Sky's the limit. Maybe it's all fake because nothing's selling. Okay, you know what? The sky's the limit. I've never seen you here, but welcome to the channel. You know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna film myself putting this in a box just to fuck with you. That's exactly what I'm doing today. I last night I was thinking about. I was sitting here. I'm saying, I need to make a video, and how can I fuck with Sky's the Limit today? I'm gonna make a Franken box or find the strange box and ship a 15-pound item. Print a fake label on it to get views on YouTube. That's what I did. It's exactly what I did. You caught me. That's like old Ron, like old Ron White. You caught the tater. Damn it. Sky's the limit. I listed 25 pairs and they all sell. Okay, so what kind did you list? Did you list a bunch of Walmart shoes? Did you list anything name brand? Do you have more than 4 pictures on? What do your listings look like? What do your prices look like? Just because you list them doesn't mean that this is not 2021 when everybody is sitting at home with free money. You have to compete. Most are sports cleats and Nike and Adidas. I just told you a minute ago, I hadn't gotten to your comment yet, but I couldn't sell a pair of cleats to save my ass. And you listed 25 of them and you think, oh my God, eBay's dead. The complete system of eBay is dead. Everybody's lying because I can't sell a fucking cleat. Come on now. God. The sky's the limit. Here's what I need you to do, buddy. And you're probably going to leave and I never see you again. I'm all right with that. Go get you one of these. And fill out some applications about it because you are not cut out for this business. You just aren't. Some people are not entrepreneurs, are not up for this business. Whenever that's your idea of it and everybody's lying and all that stuff, Bearded Picker is my store everywhere. That's where I am. You can go look at the souls and see what I sell. But yeah, get you one of these so you can fill out applications. And no, I don't want fries with it. There you go. It's just insane. It's Dawn packing up Whatnot sales. Nice. Dawn, are you sure you didn't just do Whatnot for YouTube views? Two Hip Chicks, great YouTube channel. Are you sure that Mary wasn't over there just laughing at you uncontrollably because y'all were trying to make YouTube views on Whatnot? I got you.
By the way, my sales are all fake.
Sky's the limit. I
ain't selling shit.
I didn't mean to be so mean to you if you're still here, but sometimes we need a reality check and to understand it's not always the platform. Sometimes it's what we do. And that is the hardest lesson to learn. That is the hardest field. I tell you right now, you need 4 or 5 people that you talk to on a regular basis. You need somebody. So here it is right here. I'll be honest with you about my YouTube short yesterday. I made a short about the coffee. Some guys bought 10 coffee at one time. I thought I'd sold 1. I sold 10. I'm like, holy crap! So I've sold $150 worth of the $2 coffee. And I look on Instagram, and there's somebody on Instagram going, "Oh, you can't sell that. You shouldn't have bought it. You're going to have to reduce the price to $8. You're barely going to get your $1 or $2 back." It's the expiration. They'll just every excuse you can do about not buying that damn coffee and selling it. They put on there. And so I'd called him out in a short video. I called him out and said, hey, look at this, so and so. And I'm like, Harlan, should I call somebody out in the video? He goes, not really. Nobody wants to hear it. Just tell them about the coffee. I'm like, damn it. Bad on this shoulder. The good Harlan was on this shoulder. I had to listen to Harlan. So you need that person that will tell you the truth no matter what. No matter. I had fun making the video. I'd called this person out. I had laughed a lot, and I deleted that video. I got questions about the internet. Jake's gone. I call him. I call Scott Condon.
Oh, I thought Jake grew a beard and got a little bigger.
Condon's in the chat. Have the people in your life that will tell you the freaking truth.
Dave, I got to say, the other day I did a delivery and the guy's name was Dave Harrington.
There's a lot of us out there.
He's a little older than you, though.
We'll put Dave. I'm gonna put Dave on the spot. Dave has ordered a lot of stuff to his house, but he still needs different products to move to keep him going. How much grief has Condon given you till you got up and went and got for your own good? He's not. I mean, we're having fun with it, but he's also doing it for your own good to tell you, hey, buddy, I'm concerned that you need products that move now. Get your ass up.
He doesn't say it like that.
You got to have those people in your life that care enough about you to tell you the damn truth.
I don't want the truth.
Sometimes you need it. You know what?
Yes, I do.
You can get lazy and complacent.
You know, because I didn't have the truth. Yeah, I'm in a position. You know.
So Mark says that Sony has a higher ring. That $400. Imagine that, Mark. You've only got a few sellers of a Sony item that they want $400 for. That's your answer. I would still buy it. I would still sell it. I would cut the price because your job as a reseller is to figure out why the sales rank is so damn high. Why is it so high? Is it because people don't want it? No, people want Sony no matter what. Is it because you can't find them? Probably. Is it because you can't find them and they want stupid prices for them? Ding, 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 ding. So if you got an item they can't find, but you put a reasonable price on it, it doesn't matter what the sales rank is, it'll sell.
What's it selling? What's it selling for? 400, he said. So mark it down to 350 and see what happens, or 300 or something.
So benefit of listening to me rant and carry on. I know y'all love a good rant. Side note: Lowe's has reset and lowered their clearance prices. He has that on great authority. like you saw it when you were there yesterday. Welcome to the chicken coop. The dude is in a dispensary in Michigan. No, he lives in California.
There's a dispensary called The Dude.
Oh, is there really? Oh,
yeah,
no,
that's cool.
That is cool. I would go there just for the name.
Right?
The Walmart I work out of, there's a dispensary on either side of the entryway to Walmart. There's two dispensaries right there.
Sky's the limit. If you're still here, I might ask you your question. What is your favorite? I order some ink for one of these printers. What's your favorite item to sell on eBay? I don't have one. And so why would I tell you I don't have one? My favorite item to find is one that I find at a good price that has a decent sell through that I can make money on in a 30-day flip. That's it. You know, whether it be it's 100%. Dave, what'd you say?
Widgets.
We sell widgets. It doesn't matter the widget. It's your get that idea out of your head that you need to sell one, unless you're running like a camera store or you're some professional that has a specific knowledge of a item. But then even then, I would tell you have separate stores because don't mix up everything with your wonderful items that you are an expert in. You need to. My favorite item is the one that I find that sells very quickly. If I had to pick one,
the items sell that are the it's in the buy.
I sell cameras. I love cameras. That's my favorite thing to sell. But
the sales in the buy,
But yesterday I was at the thrift store, and they didn't have any cameras, but they had the shoes. Okay, I'll take the shoes. The day before I was at the flip store. I was at the other. Damn it! I was at the other store, and they had same chain. They had a life alert hang around your necklace thing for $3. It was still new in its box. It sells for like $44. And when I looked at the completeds, every one of them sold for the most part. Must have been 500% sell through rate.
Probably 6.
Maybe 1,000.
If everyone sold, it's got to be 1,000.
It's got to be at least 1,000. Um, okay, so it was completed versus sold. It was about 90% of the ones that were completed actually sold. And at $3, there's a profit of $25 there. That become my favorite item. It's going to get listed today because it's going to make money. I don't. Yeah.
My favorite item is the last one I sold. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
absolutely. That monster one, to pick that up on Saturday, to sell it on Sunday, to ship it now on Wednesday. That's one of my favorite items right there. Because I charge shipping on it, and I'm going to make $35 to $40 on $3. That's one of my favorite items. It's don't limit yourself to. If you limit yourself to one thing, you're going to walk by so many wonderful items. Let's see, what am I shipping today? I'm shipping.
Well, sometimes it doesn't hurt to liquidate and get out of an item when you've made
Absolutely.
a bad buy. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's better to just recoup your money.
I thought it.
That remote is one of my favorite items. Paid a quarter for it. I sold for $9.99 plus shipping. Okay, why is that one of my favorite items? Because it made money and my kid listed it. What else am I shipping today?
So talking about cleats. I bought when Walmart clearanced out their cleats. They clearanced them out for $1.
Favorite
Sounds
item.
great.
I listed it 3 days ago. I've had it forever in here, and I finally listed it. What am I?
I sold a few. I sold enough to pay for the buy, but on those cleats, but the rest of them got donated to Goodwill or Salvation Army or wherever I donated it because it just wasn't good. Mr. Sadie, yeah, I do plan on reselling full time again once we're.
So, Lag said Willow is
financially
my favorite item. It's nice job, Lag. Sky's the limit. I know Steve Rakin personally. When he tells you he sells a lot of books and video games, he is not lying. I promise you, he is not lying. Harlan and I met him multiple times. I've watched Steve Rakin since he started in 2015. When he was my size until he got really fit the first time, and now he's back to my size because I lost weight. But yeah, he's got great.
Rakin is talking about a more advanced form of selling when you're watching him on YouTube.
Right, when you're buying from eBay, selling Amazon, you got to understand you got to understand cost. You got to understand all these things because just because it looks like something's books are just boring. Most people don't want to do books because books is actual work. You have to go track books down. Books are heavy to deal with to ship in. There's lots of things against books most people won't do.
And they sell slow.
Unless you've got a ton of them. And they're cheap, so you can sell a ton of them. You can send a ton of them in.
It's not the same.
My biggest issue.
A lot of money, but how long does it take to sell that book? 6 months, a year?
My biggest issue with books is that a lot of these guys like Rakin are buying them in bulk, and what do you do with all that extra stuff that isn't going to sell?
Hey, Phil said you're wearing your doctor glasses. Did you stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night?
Why are these doctor glasses?
I don't know.
I thought they were nerd glasses, but whatever.
Whoa. Oh, no, I think the ones you got on are nerd. These are Gucci.
No, these are.
So Jeremy says, remember, Bard will lie, verify. So,
of course.
So the one nice thing about item specific in that when I looked up the jewels on this thing, which tell me that Bard was probably right, is when you kick the select down, it'll tell you the most commonly used based on that item. 2960 was one of the two selections for most commonly used. So that number was there, and so it told me chances are that's a correct number. But yeah, Bard will lie because the internet lies. Imagine that. I'm not really selling that. The internet lies. Brian, the debate always is volume versus higher value. It's either model works, and there's no right or wrong answer to where you sell more cheaper, where you want to be Walmart or where you want to be Saks Fifth Avenue. Either one of them. And how many players are in the middle? Look at a Target. Target's prices are higher than Walmart, and they sell a lot of stuff, but they carry higher end stuff too. You know, they carry better electronics than Walmart does. They carry nicer TVs. They carry, you know, they there's room to play in both of them, and that's, you know, I want my store to be 80% of stuff that will turn, and 20% of stuff that's higher value that I make a lot of money on. I know that I'll have to hold it for a little while, and that way, you know, because if it tends to go the other way, watch Josh today during lunch. He's got a ton of inventory, and the one thing he would tell you is you've got to have a ton of inventory to have consistent sales on items that don't sell frequently. And so, you know, find that percentage that works for you. Find that, what can you find? What's in your area? What are you going to go chase? What are you going to find on the internet? All these things, and come up with a business plan, a business strategy. That's why I tell you, reselling is hard. Reselling is not for everybody, because you got to be the one that thinks about all this stuff. There ain't nobody else going to tell you to do it. You got to be self-motivated to do this, to think about, you know, what you're buying, to execute, to go out. I mean, you wear a lot of hats, and it's hard work. And if you're successful at it, sky's the limit again. Just can't sell anything. I challenge you: look at your prices, look at your products, and really understand. Do you, when you're researching items, do you hit sold or do you hit completed? I would tell you to take the button sold, just take a pen and just mark it right through your phone so you can never see that. Because sold tells you what they sold for, and that's the only thing it tells you. You know, you want to look at completed. You want to look at, as these things end, how many of them are selling? How long is it taking? Get an idea of the sell-through, because you can't actually calculate what the sell-through is, but you can get a feel of how an item sells, and it would show you pretty quickly that cleats are tough.
Yeah.
Cleats, you know, there's a reason. If you see a bunch of them in a Walmart and nobody's buying them, even at $5, red flag should be going.
Even at $1, right, Steve?
Even at $1.
He bought for $1 and couldn't sell them.
I donated probably 20 pairs of those things, and I only bought maybe 40. So
I remember when that happened. I almost bought some too, and I was like, man, they're just so.
No, they sell. I would, if I were to do it again, I'd sell them locally, Facebook Marketplace, $5, $6, $8 a pair, or something like that, and that might be worth it to sky's the limit to try.
Yeah, Brenda doubts she has a Black Hawk. I think John's talking about actual planes. There are actually 4 Ospreys, and man, there must be 6 or 8 Black Hawks, and just the other day there was a couple freaking Apaches flying around here. Yeah, it's like some kind of rehab for Army planes, or it's the work that this company does over here, retrofitting electronics on our military equipment with rotors. Brian's, you get fired up because you get passionate about this. I get tired of people that get such bad information out there, you know. And all these, and he's 100% right. There are a ton of new YouTubers out there who have not done enough reselling and have not dug enough into all this stuff, that they have gotten fortunate with what they sell. Or I've watched a couple of them who are trying to be the next. This is Josh and Haley. They're trying to be the next Harry Tornado couple, and you know, they're smooth talkers and all this stuff. They don't have their ass from a hole in the ground.
Remember when people used to have a problem with me vaping on the show?
What happened?
People used to have a problem with me vaping on the show, Dave.
Yeah, but I'm way cooler than you are, so they don't care.
That is true. Hey, Ohio made it legal finally.
Don, I wish that worked because I'd have a lot higher fake sales if that would pay fake bills.
Yeah.
It's clear that none of us are faking it. I mean,
Uh,
you're not making the YouTube's money, so you got to be doing something.
so sky's the limit. I've been a little difficult on you, buddy, but I appreciate you being in here and hanging in there. See, that's the one thing that I have with Steve is he shows you a glimpse of what he does, and that he's giving you the carrot to, and he doesn't stress enough that it takes work. You've got a lot to learn, and it takes work to get to make. Is making 5,000 a month? Absolutely, can make 5,000 a month. But the knowledge it takes you to get there, and then you also need to decide where you're going to sell, what you're going to sell. I mean, there's so much to learn about reselling. That's why if somebody asks, where should I start? You start on eBay. Oh, but I can't sell anything on eBay. If you can't figure out how to sell on eBay, you'll never sell on Amazon. You just won't. It's the biggest thing that you've got to learn is evaluation of a product. You make money on the buy. I don't care how many things you think are great. If you buy bad, it is hard to get rid of stuff. It is hard to make money. You make money on the buy. You must be able to evaluate on the fly what something's worth. It's like the coffee there. The coffee was $4.24 a box. I'm like, well, hell, I'll take all 25. They're selling for $15 a box. I will take all 25 of them. I will sell half. I will keep half, and I'll be fine. I get to the register. It rings up $2.12. I'm up there doing a little happy dance because now all I just figured I'd break even box for box, and now all of a sudden each box is just doubled in the profit percentage.
I'm sitting in the Walmart parking lot and watching that short that you did about the coffee. So I walk into the Walmart and there ain't no coffee in my Walmart. So find it anyway.
So I had somebody ask me about that yesterday. How did I know? Okay, so Joni saw it in the middle aisle. It is a temporary item. We didn't know that. Joni saw it in the middle aisle and her favorite dessert she makes for me is Joni makes a wonderful pecan pie. Every time she makes it, people are just astounded how wonderful it is. And she's like, knows I've been drinking coffee this year. She's like, I bet you like this. So she bought a box of them. And I'm like, oh my God, this is my favorite coffee ever. I love this coffee. And she said, I'll get you another box when I go back. She went back to Walmart a couple days later. None. And asked the manager, and the manager goes, yeah, we bring those out in the fall. They kind of leave when the Christmas coffee comes in. And so we bring it out every year. That should immediately start turning your wheels going, let me look and see if people will actually buy this. I mentioned it to another reseller, and that person says, that's so-and-so's favorite coffee. I've been buying that for years. That tells me, another reseller has been buying it. I'm not the only one who likes it. It's brought out every year because it's popular. I look at the sales, and the $4 boxes, they're willing to pay $15 for it. Those kind of things you got to see. There's 100 pairs of cleats here. They're all $1. The entire Walmart store is walking by $1 cleats. You should probably walk by $1 cleats. I go into one Walmart, they've got the coffee. The next 6 Walmarts, they don't have the coffee. That tells me right now that coffee is in high demand. It's the instinct that you develop as a reseller when you look at items. I'm walking by in the thrift store today. I'm walking by, look in the basket. There's a freaking Panasonic VCR sitting there with a $4 price tag on it. I know I'm not scared to ship VCRs. I know even if it doesn't work, I'll take a $4 chance.
At $4, yeah.
Panasonic remotes over here. I'll put a remote with it. I know that Panasonic VCR is worth $75. Why? Because I've sold them over and over and over. Why does Steve make it look so easy? Why does somebody like me who's on YouTube make it look so easy? Remember, I told you I started watching Steve and his journey in 2015 or 16.
Yep.
you run into Steve and you run into 2023 Steve. You didn't run into 2016 Steve, who what was Steve working at Cracker Barrel or something, trying to as a waiter, mad at the world, hated his life, and found reselling. You didn't run into that Steve. You ran into a well polished Steve who's figured out marketing, who is very good at it, who does give people an alternative. But people, you got to work and learn. He gives you an introduction. It's up to you to figure it out.
Yeah, he certainly didn't start where he's at now.
No,
and I guarantee there was struggles, just like Sky's the Limit's having. At the beginning, we all have them. I still.
We all have them. If you don't have, I've had tons of bad buys. Would you like to go to my storage building today that's got 7,000 pairs of big girl underwear? Would you like to go see some? Shout out
Luckily,
to
I only did 40 pairs of cleats, not 7,000.
Okay, so I had 30,000 pairs of underwear. I'm down to 7. So I've sold a bunch of them. I've made a lot of money on them. I'm not bad. I'm mad that we didn't know when we said we'll take them all. We didn't have an invoice saying how many 3Xs there were, and there's no 3X listed on eBay, on Amazon. If the listing went all the way to 3X, the 3X would be gone. It just doesn't.
Do you walk by a tote of Wedgwood for $10?
No, I would not.
Not if I knew it was Wedgwood.
I know the name. Wait, flip it over. It says Wedgwood, right?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I would look.
If it says Wedgwood on it, I'd probably look it up. Yeah, but just looking at that plate, I might walk by it without ever touching it because it doesn't look anything special.
Yeah, nobody likes shipping glass or porcelain or anything. It's hateful.
So Charles says he's
these 12 sold for $120. And the tote, I got plates and cups and saucers. These 12 sold for $120. The tote was $10.
But people got to understand that may not be the fastest seller. It's not as popular as it used to be.
Yep.
But you got to look at stuff.
Are you willing to put $10 into it? I would be. I would have bought it.
Even after shipping and everything, you're still on top of the game.
So sky's the limit. This is how much I do appreciate you being here to show. Right? When lag tells you to hang in there, you'll figure it out. I'm telling you, you're going to win.
What is wrong with lag today? That's what I got to.
What do you mean today?
No.
For the real lag, please stand up. Please stand up.
He wants to know what our favorite smell is. Oh my God, lag.
So now Scott says I'm a liar. He says I never tell Dave the truth.
Artificial banana is my favorite smell.
Oh, you're way back on the.
I'm way back.
He's ancient.
Are we doing flipping ain't easy style today?
Yeah. Flipping yeah, I just got to flipping. It's 9:02. What time is it now? Oh hell, I'm like John. I'm 20 minutes behind the chat. Damn it. So Brenda says, "Don't buy it because you like it." I really buy anything I would want. If not,
I would say that was my biggest mistake in the beginning.
I'll say so, Brenda. I would curate. I would change that. I would say that could also be one of your strengths. Because if you like it, that is something you have a passion for and you understand the value of it. And so that might be the reason you buy or don't buy. I love cameras. I sell cameras because I know what they're worth. I buy them all the time. I bought one yesterday. I bought them at the auction last week.
I would buy just because I thought it looked cool. And just because I think it looks cool doesn't mean other people do. And that's a lot of my bad buys came from that. I got a lot of little knickknacks around because they were cool looking.
So promotional fees, sky's limit, is eBay promoted. So basically, if you go look at a search and search for anything, search for an iPhone 15 or iPhone 12, be easier. When you look at the top and right underneath the bottom, it'll say the word sponsored. The first item in your search will say sponsored. That means somebody has paid a promotional fee in order to be at the top of your search on best match search. That is a promotion fee, a promoted listing. And sometimes if you put an iPhone 12, they'll show you an iPhone 11 because it's close. You might not be, but somebody paid to put that in front of you. And or if you search for iPhone 12 and somebody has paid for promotional fees for iPhone 12 cables, they put the keyword, instead of putting lightning cable, they put an iPhone 12 lightning cable. But they've sponsored that listing, and you just search for an iPhone 12 without saying phone or whatever. Maybe you'll see a cable up there or a holder or whatever, and it's sponsored. That means that seller has paid in order, hoping that you're going to click on their item because you're at the top of the search, and it's associated with the search terms.
I actually think that does a lot of these sellers a disservice. I'm not looking for a cable. I'm looking for a phone.
It drives me nuts. I hate it.
So they're not selling anything that way, and they're paying a promoted. Well, they're not paying the promoted unless it sells through that listing. So maybe it doesn't do them a disservice, but it does the search a disservice for sure. The customer.
So no, Rakin, no, sky's the limit. Harlan's 100% correct. Rakin, I think he does have an eBay store, but his main business is he'll buy it on eBay to sell it on Amazon, or he does books. He and Rum the Rummer buy a lot of books. His mom, that's a great story. Look at some of his older videos. Rakin has taught his mom, who is I think she's in her is she late 60s, early 70s. And there's lots of videos on his channel about his mom selling books on the channel. My mother can sell on eBay. Come on, dude. You can figure this out. I promise you. Noah sold a vintage shower cap for $60. Very nice. See, that's it.
A shower cap?
Yeah.
Cat hair all over me.
Man, so Lag sold some Bell Lab Bang & Olufsen speakers. You remember those, dude? Dave, you were there when I bought those.
Yeah.
They were at that estate sale in California of that. Remember that expensive Bang & Olufsen's? The stereo didn't work, but I took an offer for 140 plus shipping for those speakers. I've already sold the remote for 180.
Yeah.
I paid $30 for that stereo. Remember that heavy one that we?
Yeah.
Come here, speakers. How do you lose speakers in a building that you cleaned up? I had to take a picture of them. What did I do with them? Speakers.
Yeah, you don't have many shelves in there anymore, so I don't know.
Speakers. Speakers.
Did you hear a whistle?
I did my best speaker call. How am I supposed to ship them if I can't find them? Speakers. Harlan's probably laughing at me right now.
He ain't the only one.
Stop laughing, Harlan. Damn it. All right. I show
It's a good time to talk about inventory systems and.
Did you take them to the storage unit, maybe?
No, they sold it in 24 hours.
Oh, that's right.
Lag sold some Volvo floor mats, so I shot that video, Lag, of you selling those floor mats, and that video will come out probably in the morning. How to ship floor mats.
He says you sold them at Massey.
No, they just showed yesterday. I'm trying to catch up. So Jeremy's retesting a HP LaserJet 1102W for a customer inquiry. Jeremy, that LaserJet is one of the worst ones I've ever had. Throw it in the box to my address. I'll give you $10.
And pay for the shipping.
So Jeremy, did you sell it on eBay or Amazon? When I catch up to it, I'll find out. So if you don't know, an 1102W is a legendary HP LaserJet. You can't kill that damn thing. I used one for like 7 years when I first started this business until I found this brother color that I replaced it with, and then I sold it on Amazon. I think I got $150 for it on Amazon. Yeah, the 1102W is legendary. Found this channel from a Monopoly video. What?
No way.
So that Monopoly, a lot of people.
That thing has been circulating again. I've seen it.
So a lot of people have sky's the limit, and the thing that nobody tells you is I made more money on the video than I did on the games. But that was a great example of here's a wonderful example of reselling. Sky's the limit. I hope you're still with me. I'm 20 minutes behind. I bought 212 of those things in a 24-hour period overnight. I had a friend who did the same thing. We were on the phone all night for about 24 hours. He was buying them in Illinois. I was buying them here. We both sold them. We both made videos. My video went viral. Someone else on the panel buys some after my video comes out. Do you still have some?
Couple was somebody with a bearded picker signature on it.
Steve could not get rid of his, and I sold all mine in.
I broke even.
42 hours. I made $4,400, $4,500 on those games.
I still got mine.
I made 40 grand on the video, and then there were people who would tell you, "Oh my God, that's the worst thing ever. You can't sell Millennium from Monopoly." My experience and Steve's experience are completely different.
And it's only what a day or so.
It was only a few days because of the timing. I did put pay-per-click on that one. I did everything I could to make those disappear, and then I didn't release the video until I was down to like 20. Before anybody saw the first video, I was already out. Timing has a lot to do with resale, and people don't talk about it either. Ricky Bobby School of Reselling.
Ain't first.
If you ain't first, you last.
You last.
And what do I mean by that? If you have an item that is hot and it's going to run out of stock, you either need to sell it first when everybody demands crazy, or you need to be the last one in stock. And because if you're in the middle, you get chewed up. The price
with the Monopoly, I was waiting to be the last one in stock with a Monopoly video. I held on to those things for a couple of years.
And Walmart said, "You know what? We want more of them. They sold so good, we want more of them." And Walmart restocked
because it was supposed to be a limited time thing.
It was supposed to be limited. Everybody passed on.
Here's another one of the example. Remember those? That was fun right in the beginning.
Oh, I sold a shit ton of those. But you could only sell them for what, a few
when
days.
You got stuck with them, you got stuck hard.
Because they're still $6 at Walmart now. They just don't say Mr. Potato anymore. They just say Potato Head.
Yeah.
No, those things sold for
they were everywhere. Walmart kept stocking them. They just kept coming, and it was like, oh fuck!
It was free money basically.
Yes, sky's the limit. Not everything's fun and roses. I keep this guy here to remind me.
Yep.
He's happy and lucky. I tried to sell 200 some of these and lost $500. He was a return that came back, and I kept him to remind me drop shippers suck. I wish I could make him say drop shippers suck.
Timing is everything. Yep. You can't predict it all.
We did really well with Squishmallows for a little while too, but now I don't think you could sell them. There's a few you could, but
hey, when you figured out lag, you remember us little guys who pushed you to the top. Because if you could monetize a YouTube chat, man, you would be the Jeff Bezos of YouTube chats. All right, I'm gonna try to bring the catch up. Hey, thank you very much. I am way behind. Damn,
you're way behind.
Tamara says some don't like it, Steve. Okay, so if you're still here with us, you need to understand this sky's the limit. And I do like the name of your channel, by the way. Most people who are just absolutely crushing it, you never hear from them. They're just out there working. You never see them. They just do what they do.
There's a guy locally. He's not on YouTube. You probably never heard of him, but that guy runs me under the table with reselling. He's just really good. Now he misses things, and I come behind and pick him up, but he's just very successful. But you don't know who he is. I don't even know his first name. He's T-shirt guy to me, but yeah.
How far am I behind? I'm up 17. What time is it now? Oh my god, I'm still way behind. Trying to skip. Brian's 100% right. A lot of YouTubers, resellers on YouTube, or you've got. Okay, so I'm the weirdo. I must be the dumbass because when it came to are you a reseller? Are you a YouTuber? I sell. Sorry, I chose to sell. Most everybody, my channel's been flat for the last 3 years. I haven't paid a lot of attention to it, so it's gone down except for the live shows. Just now, I've been focused more on working the YouTube channel. I've been a reseller this whole time. You need to, when you're watching somebody, figure out, are they a YouTuber or are they a reseller? And there's not anything wrong with being either one of them, but understand who you're listening to. And you'll find that the resellers, are very inconsistent about putting videos out. They're not super polished. They give you a lot of information. Are you watching a lot of stuff about what I found? Oh my God, look at this Holy Grail at the yard sales. Holy Grail at the yard sales. Oh my God, he found another Holy Grail this week. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Nice plate, Mr. Hands. Show us your panties. What, Harlan? I thought you had left that life behind. Yes, sky's the limit. You're wonderful. You're still here. It's at least you were at 921. There is just so much to learn, and you just can't cover it all. So there's nothing to say on this one, but flipping ain't easy. That's a channel. John teaches a lot. John's a true reseller. That's a channel I would tell you to follow. Flipping ain't easy. You want to hear some advanced reseller chat. You want to learn. Josh Galt is another one. Somebody can throw his link in the chat. 4 or 5 days a week, he talks it at lunch. Sometimes he gets a little obsessed and talks negative, but for the most part, it's advanced reseller theory about really make you understand this is a business. This is not just a get rich quick. And that's the other problem. I don't monetize a lot other than videos, but I'm not clickbaity. I don't, because I know reselling's a lot of work and I don't want to get somebody all excited, with showing them how easy something is, or telling them how easy and you can do this. Look at my Lamborghini. If you're going to do reselling, those guys are marketers. Those guys are. It's just you got to know who you're listening to.
I like listening to Wick. Man, he's always
Damn.
showing good stuff.
That's another one. Flipping junk. Wick. And that dude just sells. He makes a lot of videos, 2 or 3 a week, but it's all about what he's selling or what he's found. But that's another good channel, Flipping Junk. Flipping_junk. He's one of the ones I do want to meet one day. I like Wick a lot. Okay, so Wick is an acquired taste. He's not getting excited about anything. It's just he's just
monotone.
He's not going to give you the rant that I give you and get excited and show you some passion because, man, he's just level. He's just level.
He's the calmest voice on YouTube.
So, Phil, are you all right? Phil says he loves packaging bubble wrap. Corrugated boxes are his life. He sniffs butcher paper. You hit some LSD or something there, Phil?
Corrugated boxes used to be my life, and I could tell you, it's not a fun life.
He just answering Lag's question about what's your favorite smell, I guess.
Yeah, I called it with Lag. Lag said to ask questions.
Yeah, you don't want to see my panties anyway, Harlan. That's why I'm put away wet. Yeah.
So I had
Too
somebody,
much
I had somebody make.
information.
I had another one. I'm gonna hit this one. So I had someone ask me that no YouTuber talks about increases your price as the economy prices increase. Doesn't and they missed that was a fundamental aspect of that comment. I never see a YouTuber talk about increasing prices, their prices as the economy and as things with inflation as things go up. It doesn't work that way. You sell in a closed, limited market, and we still live with basic economic supply and demand on the platform, and so you have to understand the pricing of your competitors, what an item's worth, and it's a lot more complex. You just don't go, man. Inflation was 10% last month. All my prices are going up 10% to cover it. Well, then you're going to slow your own sales down because not everybody else is going to do it. Now you're suddenly overpriced. It's the one thing I would tell you to focus on, if that's your worry, is to streamline your processes, figure out how to do things the most efficient way possible and the least costly way possible. And sometimes those two don't go together either. Like I keep seeing all these people when I guess they talk to more newer sellers than I do, about going and looking for boxes. How much time do people waste going and looking for boxes when you can use Bearded Picker as a code on Supply Hut and get the cheapest boxes on the internet sent to you? That's what I use. Use the free ones from UPS. But I use new boxes almost exclusively. Amazon requires it. And I just use them on eBay because I refuse to have this building filled up with anything else but the stuff I bought this weekend and empty boxes.
Speaking of Amazon requiring new boxes, I was in one of the Facebook groups and guys complaining about getting deactivated on Amazon. Well, he wasn't using new boxes. He got deactivated for drop shipping, quote unquote, because he was using like Walmart boxes and things like that. And they thought he was drop shipping. So customers will complain about that stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta be careful.
All right, so I'm at 9:27 and I have an important announcement, and please, I would like you to take this one serious. I said earlier that Mr. Santa was one of the nicest people. He was not the nicest person I've ever met on YouTube. Sue needs our prayers, and so please lift Sue up. She is the nicest person I've ever met doing this. It ain't even close. Sue is a wonderful lady, one of the nicest, kindest, a lot of information giving person I met doing this, and she's been fighting cancer for quite a while, and if she's got the cancer that will never go away, so she's in a constant battle with it for the rest of her life. So if you're the praying type, please lift Sue up. I know she'd greatly appreciate it, and the power of prayer works, and so thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If I could get a storage unit, I have more room. So Dawn says my storage system has failed. So here's the problem, Dawn. I went to a church sale on Friday and filled the van up, and then I went to a church sale on Saturday and filled the van up. To get to the church sale on Friday, I had to empty the van, and so I'm working. This is stuff I'm working through. It's should be by the end of the day. My goal today, after I turn the camera off, is to since I have content for today, this will count as today. I'm trying to do one thing a day. I've got a video shot from yesterday for tomorrow, so I'm gonna do my best to list all this. It's no, I wasn't calling for Franklin. Franklin's right here somewhere. I haven't seen either of the dogs today, just the bird. All right. Oh, y'all talking about me calling the speakers. Damn, where the speakers go? Damn it. Mr. Sadier, thank you so much. That's another young lady. It's tonight. If you can support, there's an benefit auction going on for Jennifer Hayes. She's not in the chat today, I don't think, but she's in a lot of people. She's a kind-hearted person. She lost her daughter, and they're raising money for a burial. I can't imagine the pain Yeah, we're blessed to have one child, and we were lucky that we were going through fertility stuff and all that when she got pregnant. So we're very fortunate that Jacob was around, and I can't imagine something will happen. So and it's terrible. It's
Yeah, I'm donating a Morgan silver dollar for tonight's auction and a silver eagle 1 ounce coin. So if you like silver, jump on.
all right. Noel sent me a pic. Sky's the limit. That is a lie. Someone said you need 1,000 positive feedback on eBay to push your product back.
No.
You need some feedback. That's for sure. But okay, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is gold right here. Whenever somebody sees your feedback, they don't go and separate it from buying and selling. Buy some cheap stuff, get some feedback. Even if you just turn around and resell it, it's not a big deal. Even if you lose a couple of dollars reselling items, anything you need from the store, if you can live without it, buy it through eBay if it's cheap, and get some feedback. As long as you've got some feedback, you're not a zero. If you're to 10, 15, 20, people will start buying from you. It's do what you're, if you get your shipping done correctly, get it out on time. The hardest thing to learn is shipping and how to ship on time, ship quality shipping, good products, describe them accurately, great pictures.
You can in the beginning too. You can flip something like cheap or easy.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And to get the sales, like even if you don't make money, just to get the sales, to get the store going.
Yep.
It always sucks in the very beginning.
When I'm 20 minutes behind on chat, I don't get his jokes.
Yeah, you gotta catch.
All right, Brent. I don't have any of the. I'll send you pictures. I don't have any of them here. They're all in the eBay store. I'm 20 minutes behind. Everyone get your coffee refund. I'm out of coffee. That might be. Oh no, I gotta swallow. So okay, my boring reseller life. James has a lot. He is good. Listen, I don't agree with every point James make, but James has been successful for 22 years, so he does know what he's doing. We have completely different business models, and that's generally where I disagree with James. Is I've chosen a different business model. His business model works. In this day and age, he's trying to figure out what tweaks he needs to make to still survive with the changes on eBay, which I highly commend that he is at least trying. But no, that's definitely a good channel. He talks a lot of the stuff you need to learn as a reseller. So fundamental problem is Scott is way behind. Damn. BA. Wick is awesome. Am I catching? I'm at 9:43. Where am I at? I'm only 5 minutes behind.
You're getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there.
A lot of prayers.
Skip all the lag stuff.
Yeah.
I made it. Vanfiller's anonymous meeting starts next week.
Skip the lag stuff.
Dawn, I would tell you how to get here for Vanfiller's anonymous meeting, but you're directionally challenged. You wouldn't make it anyway. You got to watch Two Hip Chicks Tuesday and Thursday at lunch. Hey, Tommy, what's up, man? Hey, it's there's. Do I have anything else? Oh yeah, I had another one here. Can't read my own writing. Oh, so here's a question. Here's a question I'm gonna ask for you because Tracy and I were having this conversation last night at dinner. We missed all you guys at wing night last night. We had plenty of seats available. Anybody want to come join us? Tailgaters 5 p.m. every Tuesday. We even waited for 5:30 for the flipping accountant from Mr. Justin. So
Someday I'm just going to show up.
We are patient.
Drive all the way to Alabama and just show up.
in the
Yeah,
fourth
right.
quarter, when do you shut down buying in the fourth quarter to focus on listing? Especially if you have a lot of inventory, like if you're in my case where I have a ton. Tracy has shut it down for the rest of the year. His solution, he's got death piles on death piles like I do, and I bought 2 more van loads this week. So when do you in Q4? Do you ever shut down the buying in Q4, knowing that Q1 buying opportunities are not as great because we don't have yard sales? Stuff is hard to find. And so do you take a chance on running yourself out of the really good stuff in Q4 to get the sales, or do you still source?
I generally have pretty good sales in January. I don't stop buying.
I
Yeah.
don't see why you would.
That's what I told him. I never stopped buying. That was my answer. I didn't know if I was wrong or crazy. Well, okay, I know that part. But I know the crazy part.
Yeah.
It's Cheesehead Treasures. I never stopped buying. I think that's the answer. Harlan and I have this conversation a ton, and it's about if the opportunity is there, it's hard to pass because you don't know when that dry spell's coming. You don't know when inventory is hard to find.
That's right, Sadie.
I just need to put more of an effort to the listing. Like today is I'm not leaving the house because I have UPS pickup, so they'll pick up the 2 VCRs that I'm going to ship. But after that, I think I have like 2 other things that got to go out today. They'll just go in a bubble mailer, so 4 items to ship.
That's what I got.
So maybe that's the answer. So Dawn says she buys better items in the fourth quarter, but don't stop. Take advantage of the opportunity of the really good items, but maybe the stuff that you're hoping to do or whatever, less experimental buys in the fourth quarter and more. She said, "Trailer, really? You do make money when you buy." I said that earlier, and so if you pass the buy, that's the problem I have is if you miss some really good stuff in the fourth quarter, those items. That's why I bought the VCR yesterday for $4. It's hard to pass up a $60, $70 item.
Yeah.
Just because I've got 30 of them. Just because, I didn't pass this one up because I've got another one in the building I hadn't listed in 6 months. Because it was okay. So you want to know the story of the Monster Power Supply? Why was it $3? So Harlan and I get to a church sale, and I go over to electronics. He goes everywhere else. I go right to electronics. Imagine that. And at the electronics table said make an offer. Lady comes over. I've told the story of the printer, which sits right here. It gets tested and listed today. And she's like, "Yeah, we don't know if any of this stuff works." I'm like,
Yes.
I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what to offer her yet." That is kind of I told her I bought 2 yesterday that didn't work, which was the 100% truth. I bought 2 VCR combos that I tested the day before, Thursday. Threw both. Neither one of the DVDs worked, so I threw them both away. And I said, "So what were you thinking?" She said, "For that printer, I was thinking maybe $5. I'm like, $5? That's what I was thinking. Damn right, I can't believe it. I'm thinking perfect world, $5 for a brother printer. So I take it over to the hold area, and I grab the Monster Supply, I stick in the hold area, and there's like 4 other heavy, bigger things I stick in the hold. When I come back, I didn't even have to make an offer on the Monster Supply. She was thinking $3 on it. I didn't even argue. I just gave them the $3. Yes, guys, I challenge you to vet your prices and then the promoted as well. It's going to tell you promoted listings is probably on shoes is probably 8 or 9% is the average. Understand that that's going to be, if you sell the shoes for $100, that's going to cost you an extra $9 of fees. Okay, 12 point. Yeah. When eBay,
I do like 5% across the board on mine.
there's so many theories about promoted listings. A ton of people do 5 or 6%. I'll do the 7 or 8% range, and that's about it. eBay, other than that, you're on crack.
I mean, I think it depends on certain products and certain competition. I mean, if you got a product that's slower selling and not much competition, I mean, you probably don't really need to promote it a lot or at all.
There's got to be a way that sellers can draw the line. It is out of 100% out of control.
Yeah.
And yeah, concentrate on. So I will tell you what, you got those cleats, and so make sure you fill the circle out. Make sure that you've got the size, the European size, the Australian size, which I think Australian and the U.S. are the same. Check what sport it's for, what color they are, and sometimes it'll be what kind of closure. Just all the different things that are down with cleats. Because each time you'll notice on that item, when you put on there the color white, it'll so many 100,000 searches, you get more stuff. Rod says 3.5 works okay. Yeah, you can set your own rate. So
Yeah.
Brother Scott, read this so we know if you're caught up or you're still behind. Well, if I read that, how would you know whether I was behind or caught up? Oh yeah, the good old days, Todd. 100%, 2 to 3%. That was it. Did I cover all my little?
I still do 3%, but I'm stuck in the good old days. So
yeah,
I do 5.1.
a lot of people do that.
And every category is different. And so really, I would, especially if you're doing individual listings, I don't know that I would say everything is 5%. If you're in a category that they're saying the recommended is like a 16, like I saw last night, I probably went to an 8. But if then there was one last night that the recommended was like 8.3, so I put that one at 5. I do a kind of, for myself, I do a kind of proportional. The higher the average is, I'll go above the 4. I don't go much more than 8, but it's just because selling on Amazon, the same stuff that I'm selling on eBay for the most part, I can sell on Amazon, and so I'm not willing to give them 16%.
If you're selling a lot of the same product, you might promote it a lot in the beginning, but once you get 100 sales, it's kind of organic and doesn't really need promoted. You might have sold more than everybody else and keep that listing going.
You're supposed to cover your mouth when you're on Phoebes. Phoebe said good morning. She doesn't like any of y'all. I still hate the world. I don't like nobody. Okay, so here's an example.
Yeah.
Okay, so I sold 2 of these last week. So notice they are home collection. You might have seen these at
start
Walmart.
calling you John.
You might have seen these at Walmart at one time. I bought these from John's supplier years ago. He got overruns from the Walmart brand, and so they have this generic thing on them. So there were none of these listed. I'm just creating a listing on my own. The categories average was, I think, 11% promoted. My cost in these things is like 30 cents, and I listed them at $19.99. So I went ahead and put the category average on promoted to see what would happen, and I sold 2 of them so far. I made a mistake, and I've got 30, and I should have put 30. So I let the listing run out. So you lose. That's another key people don't talk about. If you've got quantity, don't let the listing run out, because you do lose some of your ability. You lose some of your visibility and search because you've run out.
That's all platforms: Walmart, Amazon.
Yeah, I think there's a penalty for running out. Nobody talks about it, but I'm pretty sure there's a penalty for bringing a listing, especially one that sells to zero.
Yep.
because it took you 5 to 10 minutes to read it, we would know. A lot of people do sky's the limit. A lot of people buy and return. If I buy it, I keep it. I don't return it.
I have returned, but I would have trouble with if I bought 100 of something and I'm returning 98 of them. Yeah, that would be hard to do.
So so here's a well-known fact that you have to accept with reselling is losses are lessons.
Yep.
You know, there's no tuition. I didn't charge you any money to come in here and talk to you today, which I greatly appreciate. You got me excited and carrying on, so that's awesome. And so there's really no barrier to entry. You know, you can buy inventory stars. You can literally, to sell on eBay, you need a driver's license and a checking account, and then you can go in your house and sell whatever you got laying around. And so there's no barrier to entry, but there's no education cost because there's no. Was that me or somebody else?
Wasn't me.
So sky's the limit. That phone, I just made it make that sound fake. It was fake sales. So here's what it was. It was this is just for YouTube. Don't expect to see me ship this. It's a Dragon Strike game. It's from 1993. It was 100% complete. It was $68.88 plus shipping. I saw that because I had they made a newer version in the 2022, which I sold. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've heard of that before. I looked it up, and sure enough. So there's no barrier to entry. So but your education. So you're not going to go to a university and learn reselling. Although a lot of people, the business principles, you know, people struggle with the business. They struggle with the accounting. You know, my reseller genie. I've got a link in the description below. Great reporting. It will really help you out with that. Supplies. A lot of my links down below are about all the stuff I use and stuff that can help. But you don't. So how do you learn if something was a bad buy? If you make a mistake, you keep one around to remind you, but you learn. I had 200 of these. I lost $500. The total buy on those, they were $20 each. So 200 times 20, that was a $4,000 buy, and I lost $500. And I sold them I think we were finally selling them for about $11 or $12 just to get out of them. The last 30 is where the money lost. I mean, when we first started them, they were selling at $42 each. We were going to be rich.
Yeah.
I know somebody who had 3 times as many as I did.
I didn't lose any money on the potato heads. Like I broke even on the backside, and the one I have is just one to remember the whole thing. It was a return.
eBay notification.
Yeah, it's all fake. Brenda says she loves the fake sales.
Whoa, again?
But it's
Blown
just
up over there.
Oh, it's me making fake sounds over here on my phone.
Oh, damn, Steve's back.
Tell Marsha to hell while you're back.
I can't find the cha-ching though. A good one.
But mine actually sounds crazy because the Android phone across the way rings first, and then the iPhone rings because it's logged into the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I have my iPad in the other room and my phone in here, and they both do it.
Are you going to relist them around Christmas? I sold them all out. I sold them all out a couple years ago. He's the only one left, and he is my mascot. He doesn't have a name yet. Okay, so next week we're going to name the llama. What do y'all think?
Loser, the llama.
Next week's show, we need to come up with a name for the llama. Start thinking about what the name of the llama is going to be, because I'm sure. He's just making sounds, Brenda. It's toys. So let's understand this stuff always sells. It just sells faster in the next 2 months, but it really extends out to about January 10th. It'll start slowing down in the first week of January, because remember the proliferation of gift cards, and so many people love gift cards, and so people will still be buying with free money. So, but understand, sky's the limit. Things sell different. So really think about your own life and how things go. What does everybody think about on January 1st? What lies do they tell themselves on January 1st? I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to be more organized. I'm going to buy calendars. I'm going to buy scales. I'm going to buy workout equipment. Just think about the stuff that would really sell in January. They lie to themselves in February and tell themselves they're going to be in love forever and spend tons of money on candy and Valentine's shit. So you can also source that way, and source for if you want to sell items that move like that is you find sources to sell Valentine's stuff. It will sell. You'll be amazed how much Christmas stuff sells year round, how much Valentine's stuff sells in January, how much Easter stuff sells all spring to get ready for Easter. And then Halloween stuff sells year round because Halloween is the second most popular spending holiday of the year. Oh my gosh.
After seeing the decorations out and about this year, I bet you it's approaching first because man, people are going way out. Those 12-foot tall skeletons that are everywhere, man. Those are like $400 each.
The Yo Mama Llama.
Crazy.
Louis the Llama. Sports cards. Unless you know what you're doing with sports cards, that's a tough game.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports cards, and I know Mark SM Postcards did a video on it. I didn't see it, but I know he did. They've changed the eBay standard now. You can do stickers and patches, and I think there was one other. So
so check out SMP. You want to sky's the limit. SMP postcards. If you want to find a channel that's organized, oh my god, Mark he's the most anally organized person I've ever met, and it's amazing. I wish my mind thought like that. But he did a video the other day. If you do want to do sports cards, you got to understand the eBay standard envelope because that's the cheapest way to ship them. But the sports cards are so cutthroat, and whether you want sports cards, got the same problem. Do you want to sell the cheap ones? Do you want to sell the expensive ones? How do you want to move? I mean, it's got the exact same. It's a microcosm in one category of the whole reselling concept. Do you want to? I mean, there's so many different ways to sell sports cards, and there's overproduced crappy ones, there are expensive ones. I mean,
you can win really quick and you can lose really quick. To me, sports cards is a lot like gambling, so I tend to stay away from it. I tried my hand at it. I wasn't that good.
I think we made 10 o'clock. Man, we're over. I got to get listening. Noel, thank you so much. That's Mark's channel. SM Postcards. Mark is that's a smart guy. Met him in person. He's even crazier smart in person than he is on the internet.
Yeah.
Mark started talking about stuff and everything he does, and I'm like, I need some weed to talk to Mark.
Well, in Ohio now, it's legal. So
I need to be high to talk to Mark.
Passed yesterday.
Whoa.
It's absolutely amazing.
They also legalized abortion. Put it in the Constitution or something.
Yeah.
So,
But did they put the caveat, like did they put a time limit on it though?
I don't know. I didn't look, but weed is legal. I wondered why it took them so long.
So you're going to join the team?
States. No, probably not. But it's good for Ohio because now we can have dispensaries and things like that. Brings more jobs.
It's good for me because that cuts it shorter, 5.5 hours to a legal state.
I'm assuming.
Right.
I don't know all the ins and outs. I just know it passed, whatever the thing was.
Yeah, but it's like look at Virginia though. Virginia's had it legalized, and they don't. They've been fighting in government, let the law.
Yeah, but Virginia's, Virginia.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully, we've given you something to think about. Truly, quality matters. Quality listings matter. Understanding your fees matters. Yeah. That's why you got to sell in multiple places because some places are cheaper and better to sell.
Yep.
But remember, the grass is not always greener. You might make more money selling the item on eBay, but their customers are. I had a printer come back yesterday because the lady said the manual wasn't in there and she didn't know how to install the ink. I'm like, it's got brand new ink in it. It still got brand new ink in it. All you had to do was plug it into your computer.
It was already installed.
It had it was listed with brand new ink. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
That sounds more like a buyer's remorse thing, and that was just an excuse.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
She should never be allowed to touch the internet.
There's a lot of people that shouldn't be allowed.
So I do this there Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central every Wednesday. Do a lot of Friday nights at 7 Central. That one's a little crazier. I'll get high before that one. I'll join Dave and be high.
Woohoo!
All right. I never remember to say that though. Oops. All right, everybody.
We'll call him Lucky. Lucky the Llama.
Make your way. You don't accept failure. Sell things that sell. Roll Tide.
Take it easy.
Water out.
Bye.
Sorry, Glenn. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry for what we did to you. We tried to destroy your quarterback, Glenn. I'm sorry.